Bail bonds in Coral Springs, Florida. Is it right for people in jail to apply for bail bonds in Coral Springs, Florida? One who is neutral to this issue of bail bonds might ask this question. Apparently, those who have had experience filing charges against somebody or who have had a family member who was the supposed victim would adamantly say no, whereas those who have experience being jailed or who have had a relative who was accused of a misdemeanor or a felony would vehemently approve. For the matter at hand, let's not forget the well-known phrase, innocent until proven guilty. It sums up the idea of fairness and equality in penalizing misdeeds. That a victim deserves justice in the proper way, and a defendant may be given the benefit of the doubt unless clearly incriminated by the evidence. In any case, the accused has the right to defend themselves against accusations, and it is therefore right if he or she goes out on bail simply because staying detained in a jail would only add to the social stigma of him or her being a criminal. Furthermore, it is well known that your chances of putting together your best possible defense would typically be decreased while incarcerated. On the flip side, being released during your trial would typically give you far better chance of assembling your optimum defense. Technically, if one does receive a bail bond in Coral Springs, Florida, this does not automatically mean that he or she can be free of charges any time. So if the defendant is indeed proven guilty, he or she will have to pay the consequences by getting sentenced to prison, paying damages, and/or doing community service. However, when it comes to transitory freedom, posting the full bail amount is usually not the choice that defendants and their families take. Although posting the full bail amount themselves would mean that they can refund the amount once the defendant appears on the scheduled date and time for the court proceedings. The odds that the average defendant's family and/or friends could accumulate the total amount of money for the bail in the shortest amount of time is typically very small. As such, they would need to opt for the much affordable and definitely faster way to get their loved one out of jail. To boot, the process in applying for a bail bond in Coral Springs, Florida isn't too much of a complex one. Bail Bonds Now has expert agents who will guide clients through the steps and even ensure confidentiality of their transactions. And lastly, it's not so hard to find a reputable bail bonds agency in Coral Springs. You've already done so with Bail Bonds Now. With this in mind, all that the defendant's relatives will have to think of next is to look for a lawyer who can help him or her with the case during the trial. Those are the first two steps you need to take. Get bail posted and confirmed. Contact legal counsel. The accused, on the other hand, can anticipate his usual routine with work and family while waiting for his trial to commence and working on a proper and more thorough defense. In short, there are people who get accused wrongly, while there are others who, in truth, are guilty of the wrongdoing for which they've been accused. But spending a long, unproductive, and unsafe time in jail can't do any good to anyone. That's why, apart from posting bail bonds in Coral Springs, we also provide peace of mind. Call us now. We're waiting to help. If you're in need of a bail bond in Coral Springs, Florida, give us a call at 954-642-9999. And now we'd like to share some tips to keep in mind if you're ever arrested in Coral Springs.
The steps to take when you get arrested. Be polite to all officers. Don't make waves. Contact a bail bonds agent. Give the agent contact info for indemnitors. Give agent contact info for your attorney. Be patient. And avoid conflict while waiting for your bond to be posted.